All right, so here we go. Here we go. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming in. Today, I'm going to share with you a little piece on confidence and clarity and how that comes about. I've been reading in this book, Thinking into Results, and one of the section on leadership and attitude really digs deep into the confidence piece as to how do you get the confidence? How do you build the confidence? When I spent a lot of time with Bob Proctor, a big deal was how do you become more confident? What do leaders need? What do business people need? They need that confidence to do bigger things. They need that confidence to do better things. And a lot of people don't have that. But how do you develop it? How do you grow it? See, between you and I, like most most business people now that I'm meeting in the BNI and many other networking events, they want to do more. They want to be more. They want to grow more. But what's missing is the confidence piece, is how they show up, what they say, what they do, and how to get that next person across from you to say yes to what you want. So how do you develop this confidence? How do you do it? Everybody's got this how thing. It's like the attorney of the how, right? So, but before the how is, you got to ask yourself a couple of questions like, are you serious about what you're doing? Are you into it? Are you into the spirit of this thing that you're moving on? Are you really 100% all in, or are you half in, half out? So that's the key principle. So I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs and then we're going to talk about them. All right. In this article that I have, and for those who are listening, welcome. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. If you want this article, reach out and we'll get you hooked up with it. But it's a phenomenal piece. It's one of the lessons that we coach and teach on. And it's actually at the end of lesson 6. And lesson 6 in this book is about the terror bears, about the fears, about why so many people are afraid, why they are afraid to grow. So this article comes at the end of it. So here's how it goes. For many people, if the word confidence is given any thought, it's looked upon as a personality trait that you either have or do not have. So as soon as you hear it, like even including yourselves, Zanine and Kathuri and Nina and Boris, when you hear the word confidence, do you feel like, do I have this or do I not? It's like, imagine you have a car. Do you have this car or do you not, right? For many people, if the word confidence is given any thought, as soon as you start thinking, and that's what I want to do today, I want to get you thinking, is looked upon as a personality. Like, do you have it or do you not? Now, is this something you're born with, or is this something you've developed? When you showed up on Earth, you showed up with confidence or without? Is this how you're thinking? See, in reality, this confidence is a mental state that you can develop. And if you pay attention, this confidence thing that everybody's got is a mental state that you can develop if you are prepared to pay the price. See, you're not going to have the confidence just by wanting it. You're not going to have the confidence just by asking for it. You're only going to have it if you are willing to pay the price. See, it's also important to you to understand that the price is actually small relatively to the return that you're going to get. So if you're in a leadership position, if you're in a key position in any company, in any business, you're going to need this confidence. You're going to need to develop this trait. It's going to serve you a lot. So the little price that you pay, the cash value price for the cash, frequency price, the actual currency, to the value that you're going to get for the rest of your life is huge. So it's not something you're born with. It's something you develop, something that you train yourself to become like that. That's how athletes become confident. That's how those who climb mountains become confident to climb the mountain. They don't just go and climb a mountain they've never climbed before. They've been training all their life, right? You never see the people training. You just see them on the showpiece. You just see them on the stage performing. And you're like, oh, wow, they're so good. How did they get there? Well, they've been training for a long time. They've been trying many, many things. They've got a lot of coaches. They've got a lot of mentors. And that's how they got there, right? If you are prepared to pay the price, you can get this. The price is small relative to the return that you're going to get. Having confidence will free you to go where your heart leads you, to do what you must do. Confidence gives you strength with style. It generates a non-physical aura that captures the conscious attention of everyone in your presence. It's a beautiful words. I mean, he spent a lot of time making this article, right? It's that something which others admire. Confidence sets up a vibration that causes others to trust in your ability. It instills in them a feeling of safety when following your lead. So you probably seen it, you've probably heard it, you've probably been a place where certain people show up and they have a sense of confidence about them. The way they walk, the way they talk, the way they, as if they own the place. No, they don't own the place. And it's not like they don't care. They do care, but they've developed this little different tenacity about it, a little different energy. Where do they get it from? How do they build it? How do they get like that? Well, that's what you can learn. That's what we study in, the core of the material that we study in Thinking into Results teaches you how to build that. But it doesn't just kind of build it as a one-time deal. Once you get it for life. And it is belief, it's confidence, it's instilling some skills in you that you've never had before. Well, you kind of had them, but you've hidden them. You're not allowing them to come out. We already have everything we want to have. Trust me. Everything I'm sharing with you here, Nina and Kasturi and everybody else that's listening to this recording, you already have everything that you want. You already have it. The moment that you're thinking about it, you actually have it. And all we have to do is just get you unleashed so that you can actually develop it further and reach that full potential. You're the hero, I'm the guide. The power is far greater than any condition or circumstance with which you could be confronted. This power of confidence, this power of clarity that you can have after spending some time with me on this material, it's going to take you places. It's really your call to decide to be wanting to be confident, to be wanting to show up with clarity, show up with serenity. You have to develop this trait. Leaders that you see out there and you're admiring to be like them, they did not have it at one point, and now they do. But it took them years, it took them months. Now, if you want to shorten this period, that's why we do this. That's why you're listening here to me probably, because you want to shorten the time. Now, when you're confident, you know, and you know that you know. See, ever seen people that are so 100% sure about themselves? Is because they're confident and they know that they know. Because I don't want you to be unconscious competent. So you could be competent, but unconscious. So I'm going to wake you up so you can get you conscious competent, right? You know that you know. You possess an awareness of a powerful truth. You are one with the infinite. What are we talking about? Wow, this thing is getting out of control. You know that when you are in tune with the unseen power that is in every molecule of your being, you will always solve whatever problem you may be facing, because this power is far greater than any condition or circumstance with which you could be confronted. See, that's how business people become business people. They'll go into business because they're confident they can solve any problem. Now, they don't know what problems they're going to face. They don't know what challenge is coming up, but it doesn't matter. That's why you have a confidence about it. It's not the degree. It's not the certificate. It's not just the experience. It's a confidence thing. It's a different level. You never know what's going to come across you, but you're confident. You have to develop this thing so you can solve anything that comes across you. Look at this word, right? You will always solve whatever problem you may be facing, because this power is far greater than any condition or circumstance with which you could be confronted. Now, what is that power? Who wants that power? I know I want it. I know Nina wants it. We all want that power. It's pretty cool to have. This power is far greater than any condition or circumstance with which you could be confronted. That means you're going to become unstoppable. Oh, thanks for the heart. That's pretty cool. See, if you doubt yourself, if you doubt your ability, if you feel you're not able to do the job or solve your problems, The advice in this article will not matter. You see, you already have it. If you stop listening to me right now and you just, shut the recording and go away, and if you just take this one thing, knowing that you already have everything that you need to do whatever it is that you want to do, and if you believe it, you're going to become unstoppable. And you would have made yourself a big favor in terms of becoming unstoppable. But the problem lies in that you don't believe it. There's something inside of you that's telling you, nope, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I've never done this, and I cannot do this. And you need that reassurance from so many other people. You see, it's not going to take me long to teach you how to develop this leadership skill. It's not going to take me long to help you develop this confidence thing that you're looking for. You can get to it very, very quickly. This power is actually available to you right now. Welcome, Trevor, right? But if you doubt yourself, if you doubt your ability, if you feel that you're not able to do the job to solve your problems, the advice in this article will become no good. So we have to develop this clarity. We have to develop this ability in you that you can solve any problem that comes across you. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you've never even studied that field, because you don't need to solve anything. I've known managers that don't know anything about the manufacturing process, don't know anything about the computers, don't know anything about the network, but yet they are running $100 million, $100 billion organizations. How do you think Elon Musk runs 100,000 people? How does he run all these companies? He doesn't know all the technology. He knows the bits and pieces of it. So the fact that we connect ourselves with that, we need to know to be able to be confident. We need to know in order to get to that next level is bold. You got to get that idea out. See, this power that you have, once you build this clarity, is far greater than any condition or circumstance which you could be confronted. So that you as a leader, you wanting to be that leader, once you know you have it, you know you have it. So whatever you're going to be faced with, you can solve. That's the critical question here. How do you develop this confidence and tune into this power? Because you already have this power. You, when you were born, you had the power. So the only problem now is that you're not using it and you feel that you don't have it. You already have the power. It was built within you as you were born, right? When you were born, when you were showed up on earth. So I want you to allow yourself this magnitude, this just a brief hesitation of like, yeah, I've got it. You might not feel like it. It might not look like it right now, but you have to go on a journey with me so I can help you build that clarity and confidence that you need to accomplish whatever it is that you want. How do you think? Why would a gentleman by the name of Bob Proctor and even his mentor, how would they even say that on their boards, on their websites, on their literature? Tell me what you want and I help you get it. How do you think they can do that? How could someone do that? Because they are confident that you already have everything that you need. They've developed enough awareness. They've developed enough confidence that you can actually achieve anything you want, because they've done it many times with many people. They've done it with themselves. But can you do something like this in your business? Can you do something like this with your team? Can you show up like that in front of your company, that confident? Now, I don't mean arrogance. I don't mean not kind. No. It's all the other way around. You're more positive. You're more leading. You're more naturally moving in the direction of grace. So I want you to come on this journey with me of clarity and confidence. I want you to come and see what you can be like in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I'm taking on 7 people since August. This month, September, we have two more. And we are studying a couple articles every day, so that they can develop their confidence and leadership skills. And if you want to do that, if you want to come on this journey with these 7 people that are studying this confidence, they want to build themselves, they want to build their business, they want to become that better version of themselves. Welcome, Edgar. Good to see you here. you're welcome too. Because you already have this power. The fact that you're listening to something like this tells me that there's something special about you. You're actually wanting more, right? You're desiring more. Now, you and I'm included in this, by the way, right? We doubt ourselves too much because of the programming that we've been put up against all this life. I mean, I don't know how old you are. How old are you? 10, 20, 30, 40. Most of you are above 20, I would guess. But you've been programmed with all these limitations that we need to just let go of. Just imagine there's like a fine line. There's a line that once you pass this line, you become all-knowing, all-powerful, all-confident, all-clear. And you're hesitating. You're just dancing on it. What if we hand you the flashlight so that you can actually see? It's going to be like you're in a room that's dark, fully black, fully dark, darkness. And it's like we turn the light on. Flip the switch. That's what I'm talking about. So the name of the topic and the name of the masterclass that's coming up and the name of the 7 people that are going on, it's not just about confidence, not just about leadership. It's about life. It's how we're going to flip the switch so that you can start having anything you want, so that you can start moving forward with a special way about you that can solve problems, that can get things done. You can do this. I can do this. Nina can do this. Every one of you can, but we're doubting. You're in the dark, and we're going to wake you up. Now, I want you to go on this for a moment here, that you can have this confidence, and you already have this power. I want you to permit me to suggest that you already have this confidence. Now, you might not have it when you want it, or possibly in the area that you need it, but you've got it. It's in you. See, confidence is knowing. Confidence is knowing. It's a time when you're absolutely certain, when you're absolutely knowing that nothing can change it within you. Now, this doesn't mean you're stubborn. It doesn't mean that you're not going to listen to anybody else, but you know that you're confident about this thing that you're doing. See, it wouldn't matter what happened, what anyone said or did. When you have confidence of what you know, that inner voice inside of you cannot be changed, regardless of the challenge. And I'm picking few words here and there just from these few paragraphs that I have on this confidence article. And if you want it, just reach out and we'll figure out a way to get it to you. But I want you to know that you have this power. It's inside of you. And I want to give you an example shortly here about the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers were here from Dayton, Ohio. I'm in Cincinnati, so about 40 minutes from me, when they put a plane up in the air. He says, after the Wright brothers made the first manned flight, do you think that another person saying you can't fly would change what they knew? Their reply would have been, I know I can. I just did. They were confident because they knew. So you see, they put a plane up in the air. This is back in the early 1900s. Every country in the world was trying to do it. The whole United States, Germany, Europe, spending millions of dollars. They couldn't put it up in there. They said, no way you can put a plane up in the air. No way you can have a plane be like a bird. But these Wright brothers in Dayton, Ohio, 40 minutes from where I am, they have a museum up there for them. They put it up in the air. But they only put it up in the air because they knew they could do it before they did it. So they knew they could be successful before they became successful. And that's what I'm conveying to you, Nina, Kasturi, Edgar, and everybody listening to the recording, right? You have to become successful before you become successful. You have to become successful, Marco, before you become successful. You don't become successful after the success happens. No, you're successful before it happens. And it's weird, and it's different, and it doesn't feel right. And no, it's not cheating. It's not act as if. That's baloney. You're not faking it. It's real. It's as real as this pen here on my desk. It's real as this phone that's here on my desk. You have to become that before it happens. This is how we help you build that leadership. This is how we help you get that clarity and confidence on what you're doing, right? Let me read this again. After the Wright brothers made the first manned flight, there were two brothers. Even their dad was against them. Their dad was some kind of priest of some sort, I don't know which discipline. He was gonna put them in the, cuckoo house. After the Wright brother made the first manned flight, do you think that another person saying you can't fly would change what they knew? Their reply would have been, I know I can. I just did. They were confident because they knew they were going to do it, and they did it. And now we fly, the longest flight I've had was 17 hours across freaking multiple oceans. It's incredible. Ultimately, confidence is knowledge. If you were going to parachute out of a plane, you would most certainly want to have a lot of confidence in that parachute. The more you knew about the parachute, its construction, its material, who packed it, how safe it is, the more your confidence would either increase or decrease. Your confidence in the parachute is largely determined by your knowledge of the parachute. So we're humans. So the fact that we want to know makes us confident. And the opposite of confidence is ignorance. So you can move from a negative to a positive. Like you not knowing is you are ignorant. I'm not knowing because I'm ignorant about certain things. I'm ignorant about a lot of things. Like I don't know how this computer works. All I know, I hit the button on, turn the screen, hit the join on LinkedIn here, and boom, it goes live. That's all I know. Anything behind that, I don't know. So we are knowledgeable about something, or we are ignorant about a lot of things. And I got to help you become knowledgeable. How do we do that? How do we get you that confidence and that clarity in things that you don't even know about? Because remember what I said, this power is far greater than any condition or circumstance with which you could be confronted. I can't just teach you to be confident in the pencil that's in front of you right now, or in your job right now. No, this is going to be global. Wherever you go after meeting me, you can say, I can become more confident because this guy said I can. But you have to believe me, and you have to do some things that I'm going to ask you to do. And that one thing that I'm going to ask you to do, most people don't want to do. That's the sad part. They don't want to do it. And it's not a hard thing. See, it's simple, but it's not easy. But it is simple. Because if I can do it, you can do it. And most people don't want to do it. So for you to become more knowledgeable, for me to become more knowing, for me to become more aware, because knowledge is awareness, I have to study. I have to study. You see, study is the opposite of ignorance, right? When you study, you become knowledgeable, right? You start having some faith. You start having some belief. Otherwise, you have ignorance and you have fear. And fear creates doubt and indecision and despair and all kind of weird stuff. Oh, trust me, you don't want to be in the fear category. You don't want to be in the. You ever see somebody that's sad? You ever see somebody that is like down and depressed and anxious about everything? It's because they're ignorant. They're not seeing in front of themselves. Whereas you see another leader, it doesn't matter what had just happened in the company. They are confident. They have a sense of pause about them. It doesn't matter what it is. They're gonna figure it out. They have the mental power. They have that. You can develop that. We're all born with it, but it kind of fades away as we grow up because of the conditioning that we live. And that's what we can bring back. And we can bring it back like that. Like I said, 7 people in August, 2 people in September are going on the journey. We're studying 2 articles that by the time 30 days from now, their life's going to be a different life. They're going to be a different person. They're going to be so I remember Bob Proctor once said, you're going to need a telescope to see yourself, Kamal. And I didn't believe it at first. You're going to need a telescope. Like, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, yeah. And that's the thing. I did not have this confidence 4 or 5 years ago when I met him. I did not have this pause about me when I met him. But I've developed it through study. See, the way I teach, the way I mentor people, Edgar and Kishori and Nina, is we do 3 things. Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and accountability. That's it. If I can do this, you can do this. Like my 18-year-old is doing it. My 21-year-old is doing it. So they're kids, adults, and they're doing it. That means you can do it. 24 other people did it. And, Richie, God bless us, bless him. He's an accounting and tax guy. He just told me the other day, he's at 4 times his income since he started doing this thing that I'm talking about. I can't wait for these 9 people, their journey 30 days now, where they're going to be. By just studying 2 articles, few pages. We haven't even broken ground on what they can do. Just imagine. That's what's so exciting about this material, because we're going to open you up to a world that you already have. And once that door is open, once the little door, the little light opens, you're going to shine. Let's keep going with this article. Let's keep going with this article. The more you know about let's forget the parachute. The dictionary defines confidence as a feeling or consciousness of one's powers. You ever look up the dictionary? I have a couple of dictionaries here, but sometimes pick it up and look at a word and see all the synonyms and the opposite of the words. It's kind of interesting, right? The dictionary defines confidence as a feeling or consciousness of one's powers, or of reliance on one's circumstances. Contrary to popular belief, your confidence has very little, if anything, to do with your intellect. It has, however, everything to do with your faith. So let me give you more on this. What is your intellect? Your intellect is your thinking mind. Like, as you're listening to me right now, Edgar and Kasturi and Nina and everybody listening to this, your intellect is, when you're listening to me, you have a certain perception, you have a certain reasoning, you have a certain way of imagining what I'm talking about, and you can decide intellectually of what to do with this information. But this confidence is saying here has nothing to do with your intellect. It's illogical. Now, you might not agree with this, and that's okay. You're allowed not to agree. It's healthy. That means you're actually thinking, and my job here is to help you think. Contrary to popular belief, your confidence has very little, if anything, to do with your intellect. It has, however, everything to do with your faith. Now, I'm not talking about your religion. You can believe in anything you want. I'm talking about believing in you, right? This explains why an individual who may be intellectually inferior steps out and confidently pursue their dreams, while their counterpart with the advanced academic credentials fearfully holds on to a position they detest, while their dreams dies in their mind. And you've probably seen it. Many people have so many degrees. I had 5, but they're almost broke. They're stuck in a job somewhere. And nothing wrong with the job, but they're just not happy. They're not pleasant. Whereas somebody that is not even have a degree, and they have 1, 2, or 3 businesses. So it's not about the education. It's not about the degrees. It's something else. And what is that something else? Well, that's what we're going to teach you. That's the journey of discovery. There's something amazing about you. The fact that you're listening, there's something in you that is telling you, hey, there is more in me, and I want it. I don't know about you, but I want a whole lot more. I want to get every ounce of goodness that I have, so I can move my awareness, so I can move my income, so I can move my fortune, so I can help more people. And that's the example, right? That's the example of the power of this information. Now, the more knowledge and understanding you have about yourself, the greater will be your confidence. Like, do you understand yourself? Do you have clarity? Have you ever sat down, honestly, like, be honest with me here. Have you ever sat down and wrote on a piece of paper, who am I? Who am I? Many people have not. I didn't until I had some coaching and mentorship, and you have to go through this exercise. Right? The greater will be your confidence. The more you know about you, the more you're going to be confident. Pure, raw self-confidence is what permits you to move ahead in life. Self-confidence gives you a license to have a positive attitude about your ability to become competent in any area you may presently know little about. See, that's how some people like, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, they can get into different industries very, very quickly and make things matter and make headway because they have this sense of confidence. Welcome, Adnan, right? That's what it is. Self-confidence gives you the license to have a positive attitude about your ability to become competent in an area you may presently know little about. Wouldn't that be cool that you develop this thing? Wouldn't that be cool that you discover the power inside of you? I don't know about you, but I want to explode my potential. I'm doing this so that I grow. The more I teach you, the more I teach me. The almost 30 clients plus now that I have, the more I teach them, the more I grow, because I'm learning with them. I'm a learner. The learners will inherit the earth. Now, none of us are going to inherit anything, because all of us, when we die, nobody's taking anything with us, with them. Everything stays. So we're not going to inherit nothing. I don't know why we even say that, but you'll enjoy it along the way. I want you to start directing your effort to how much more you could be, how much more you could be doing, how much more you could become, instead of waiting for Santa Claus to show up, instead of waiting for this other promotion to happen, or instead of waiting for the sale to come. You can start today. You can start today studying these 2 articles that are going to change your life. And if you want to, if you're interested, reach out and I'll share them with you. Is it going to cost you something? Absolutely. You have to pay the price. You have to pay the price. Nothing is free in life. Don't even kid yourself. As a matter of fact, I don't take anything free anymore. When somebody says, Kamal, it's free, I said, no, I don't want it. We desire expensive things. When I went to get mentored, there's hundreds of mentors out there, right? If not thousands, hundreds, thousands, millions. I said, no, I already have the degrees, but I went for the best. Why did I do that? Because I didn't want to fool around. If I'm going to listen to somebody and want to follow their direction, I want the best people to show up. I want the best person who's considered the number 1 in human potential. He's passed away. I still consider him as my mentor, Bob Proctor. As a matter of fact, I talk to him every day. Welcome, Sultan. Thanks for being here. He is known for being the best. And guess what? He was in the movie The Secret. And guess what? He introduced me to Laurel Langmeyer, who was in the movie The Secret. So when I went for the best, thanks for the heart, that took me places because I care about me. Like, if I'm going to spend my time and money, I want to be trained by the best. I went to the best school, best degrees. All of us are going to have to go to the best that you can afford, obviously, right? Now, at the time, it was a stretch for me to go with Bob Proctor because, he asked for a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. At the time, it was a lot. But now that I look at it, it was the best thing I've ever done. So if you want to become the best, you have to be with the best. See, eagles hang around eagles. They don't hang around the little birds. They eat little birds. I was in a meeting the other day with Les Brown, Harrison Klein, Forbes Riley, and I don't know, one of the speakers said, I can predict your future. And I was like, what do you mean? Are you a magician? Are you like, the Aladdin guy kind of thing, with the magic genie? And he's like, no, I can predict your future. I said, how? He goes, tell me who you hang around, and I can predict your future. I said, wow, I like it. I'm going to use that line. I can predict your future. So these 7, 8, 9 people that are studying these 2 articles that I'm teaching them for the next 30 days, guess what? They're hanging around eagles. They're going to become a different man, a different woman. They're going to know so much more about themselves than they knew 30 days ago. Some of them are halfway through it. Some of them actually renewed another month. I help you build that confidence. I help you grow with this clarity, right? Someone once said that the room for self-improvement was the largest room in the world. How big is your room? When was the last time you actually made a good decision? When was the last time you made a good decision? Room for self-improvement was the largest room in the world, regardless of where you are right now on your personal confidence gauge. There's always room to grow. And I'm going to share with you what are these 3 points. Now, I cannot go into a lot of detail with them because I actually do have a meeting at 3:15. So we're just going to mention them a little bit, but I'm going to continue with this topic on leadership, confidence, and clarity. And in the masterclass that I have that's coming up in a couple of weeks, in a week, it's on a Saturday, we're going to dig deeper into it. And I'm going to get you to actually really write down a few questions and get you to actually ask yourself these questions. And if you register early enough, you'll get the workbook and you get a head start. It's like, it's like the preview for the preview. Because I really want to help you. My point here is to help you. I already have the material, so why should I keep it? I should share it. But you know what? The only way you're going to pay attention to it is if you actually pay the price. If you actually say, you know what, I really want to do this. I want to grow. I want to know more about me. I want to be able to answer this question, who am I? I want to be able to answer this question of what do I really want? Because I bet you, most of you don't know what you really want. Now you might say, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Then I say, what are you willing to pay? What is the price that you're willing to pay? Because some people want $1 million business or $10 million business, but they're not willing to pay the price. They're not willing to pay $20 for a book. They're not willing to pay $47 for a conference. They're not willing to pay $1,000 for mentorship, but they want $1 million business or a $10 million business. It doesn't work like that. You got to wake up. It's not just my rules. This is the world. This is the law. This is how it works. Yeah, you have to be realistic with yourself and with everything that's going on around you. There's no something for nothing. For you to get somebody else to help you move in the right direction, you have to pay the price with time, commitment, and there has to be a small frequency of dollars, but you're going to get a whole lot of value. You see, when somebody mentored me, like Bob Proctor and Laura Langmeyer, and I paid them hundreds of thousands of dollars, was it worth it? Absolutely, it was worth it. Because now I create millions. Now $1 million is small. See, at the time it wasn't, but now it is. But at the time, it looked pretty much a big stretch. I didn't have the confidence, didn't have the clarity. I said, come on, we can develop this thing. And then when I looked at Bob Proctor and on his website, he goes, tell me what you want and I help you get it. I was like, how could somebody say that? How could somebody say that? And then he's walking around confident, like, what a way of living, right? To break through, right? But then I started doing what he's asking. I started studying with him, and then some people wanted some help. I started helping them, and now I have Lori at 10 times her income, Richie at his 4 times his income, Trudy in Mary Kay. She's the #1 in sales now, and she's been trying for 18 years, and just in 1 year that she's been studying this material, she's now the #1 in sales. In a downline, that is incredible. I mean, you know how hard it is to be #1 in sales in any company? And all I want to do, guys and girls, I just want to grow, just like all of you want to grow. See, I see myself riding this big horse, right? Big horse, right? Arabian horse. I've always wanted an Arabian horse. And I'm hanging on to dear life, right? And the horse is going like, whoa, and it's running, and it's running. And I want to just build and keep building, right? Why? Because my mentors are doing so much more than me. So much a bigger game. Like, why should your game be a $1 million game when it could be 10? Why should it be 10 when it could be 100? Now, I say these numbers and it sounds crazy. And it is crazy for me too, trust me, right? I'm not making $100 million. I'm not making $10 million, but I'm making millions. But some of these people out there they do a $1 million transaction a day. We were just talking to a real estate agent the other day. He said he was doing a $500 million transaction. I was like, man, how? Same guy, just like you, and he was speaking about it like nothing. He's got the confidence. He's got the clarity. He grew into it. I got to tell you, there are laws that once you learn these laws, and once you apply them into your life, it's all over. You're going to become anything you want to become. You're going to have the clarity and you're going to have the confidence. And that's how we run. So I'm taking on several people on this journey. We are doing this test for them on a 30 days. So it's not a long-term commitment. You don't have to be with me forever. It's 30 days. You do something every day that I tell you to do, and you're going to do it. And then you're going to see it. You're going to change in 30 days. So if this is something you're interested in, you know how to get a hold of me. Social media, my LinkedIn account, my Facebook account, somebody will get back to you. If not me, one of my assistants, and we'll get you started very, very quickly. This is not hard. It's not difficult. If it's difficult, it's because you're making it difficult. It's your mind, right? Your mind is not switched to the easy switch. See, I switched to the easy switch. Everything is easy, right? And I got to tell you, there's a law, and it has to do with the law of the cause of an effect, right? You do something, you get something. You do something, you get something. You do nothing, nothing happens. And some people are like that. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people, 95% of them do nothing and they expect something. Nothing is going to happen. We live in a cause and effect kind of world. That's the world we live in. This human experience that we're having is a cause and effect kind of world. You do something, you get something. You do nothing, nothing happens. Do good, you get good. Do bad, you get bad. And I got to tell you, 30 days from now, you come along this journey, your life's going to be different. You're going to call me back and say, Kamal, thanks for nudging me in the right direction. Thanks for being there when I needed you most. That's why you're on this frequency, as a matter of fact. That's why you're on this vibration. That's why you're listening. That's why you want this. You want this in your life. Now, you might not be confident enough yet to say yes, because you've had some things, you've had some trauma, you've had some conditions. I don't know what. But you know what? Let it go. Let that yesterday go. Let that old decision go. Don't keep with the old, because you're living your story. See, I remember a story with Bob. He said, Kamal, the more people you help, the more better off you're going to be. I'm like, well, how does this work? What? He said, just help them. Because I didn't want to coach, but he said, no, you should be coaching. This is in the masterclass in the inner circle. I said, no, I don't want, no. Just give. The more people you help, the more you're going to. See, there's this thing. I don't know who said it. If you help 1,000 people earn $1,000, you should be earning about $1 million. So I have a goal now that I want to help 1,000 people, 1,000 businesses, 1,000 families. And we are going through that goal. We're not close to that goal yet, but we are at the beginning of it. And it's been a lot of fun. But you know what, Sultan and Nina and Kasturi, I'm telling you, everybody's asking me, Kamal, what are you doing? Kamal, what are you doing? How do you develop this clarity? What's this thinking into results? What's this book you keep talking about, thinking into results? This thing from Bob, and what are you doing? Do you know what I tell them? Who cares what I'm doing? Every one of us is doing something. You're doing something. I'm doing something. Nina's doing something. Sultan is doing something. Everybody's going to be doing something. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's what you're thinking. Why don't you ask me that? Why don't you ask me what am I thinking? Because I'm thinking at a higher frequency and vibration. That's what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing. It's what I'm thinking. And thank you for the thumbs up. I want to help you think at a different frequency. See, today, I woke up on a different frequency and vibration. Such a nice frequency. I love the frequency I'm on today. It's a good frequency. You should tune into that frequency, because once you tune to that frequency, once you tune to that vibration of what you really want, guess what? It gets a whole lot easier. It gets a whole lot easier. See, there have been many events that have transpired that got me here. And I could only look at them backwards, right? Because, that's just how it works. Steve Jobs actually said, you cannot connect the dots forward. You can only connect them backwards. You cannot connect the dots forward. You could only connect them backwards. So I'm taking on a few people to study this material with me. And if you're interested, click the link, click the comments, send me a message, say, Kamal, I'm ready. I'm going to go with you. I don't know where you're going, but this sounds exciting. And if you want to do it, let's do it. But if you're going to come crying and screaming and worrying and doubtful and da-da-da, I don't want to work with you. I only want to work with happy people. I only want to work with people who are really want to grow. I want to work with people who are really serious and committed, because so many are just interested. And you know what? It's not strange, and it's not a secret that so many are stuck, because a lot of them are interested. See, when you're interested, you do it when it's convenient. But if you're committed, you're going to actually do it. And most of you are just interested about success. Most of you are just interested in earning some more money. Most of you are just interested in feeling better and feeling more confident. That's not the kind of people I want to work with. I want to work with you if you are committed. Because when you're committed, you are going to do whatever it's going to take. And that is the kind of people I work with. That's the kind of people that actually get results. See, that's why you've been to so many coaches, and that's why you've been to so many sessions and nothing happens, because you were just kind of interested. See, I'm gonna help you switch. And you're gonna get me as part of the package. I'm gonna tell you, I do have to jump. You probably heard the beep, right? You probably heard the beep because my partner in crime in this business, he just texted. He said, "Let's go. We need to talk for a few minutes." But I'm gonna tell you, today's your day. Today is your day. This is the day. Right now. Everything changes right now if you choose to. Today's your day. You gotta get committed. Right now. Now, how could I be so sure? Because I care and I know I can help you. I want to give you back control. You're going to become the man or the woman who you always wanted to be. I don't care what happened before. Today's your day, my man. Today's your day. Everything from here on is different. And if you're ready, let's get you started. Let's do it. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. There is going to be a masterclass in a week. I guess it's on the 22nd. Just want to make sure of the day, 23rd September. So sign up, show up, change your life. But if you don't want to wait, send a message and we'll get you going, my friends. And thank you, Nina, for the clap. Thank you, Sultan, for listening. Thank you, Kasuri, for being here. Make sure you follow each other. Make sure you connect. You are on a different frequency and vibration, my friends. Remember, you're the average of the 4 or 5 people you hang around with. So you are hanging around some really amazing people right here. So make sure you connect. Make sure you, say hello. Tell us what you do. What is your business? How much you want to grow it? Are you serious about your business? Do you have a team? Like, what help do you need? I would really love to speak with every one of you one-on-one to see if there's anything I can do to help you. It doesn't mean you pay me anything. It just means I could have some things that you might need. You can have some things that I need. So Sultan Al-Balawi, thank you so much for being here. I love it. I just see we are already connected. That is awesome. And Nina, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the support. And the third person here, let me just see if I can say the name right. Kasturi Mani, Operations Manager. I love that. That is so cool. Thank you again. Have an amazing day. Be blessed. Remember, this is a journey. You're not going to become confident overnight, but it can start overnight. All right? It can start overnight. This journey is right now. It can start today. You're not going to get there overnight, but you will start it overnight. Send a message. Thanks for the hearts. Love you all. Blessings. I want nothing but the best for every one of you. And I know you can do it. And how do I know that? Because I can do it. That means you can do it. Peace. Love you. Salam. Habibi. Take care.